What the hell was that ending? What did I just watch? Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of The Land Before Time 7, The Stone of Cold Fire. Came out in the year 2000. This one I have never watched, so this is a whole new experience for me. And let me tell you, it was a doozy. That's for sure. Like, goddamn that ending. But let me get there. So let's start at the beginning. This time we get narration from Petrie, of all characters, but it's because the story does revolve around him, and he's talking about a story his uncle told him about the first thing ever being, even before dinosaurs, were flyers. He's a bit weird like that, but we'll get there, because right away, oh no, what have they done? You remember how I mentioned the last movie was like the last of traditional cell animation? Well, this is all done on the computer, and you can easily tell. And yeah, just right away, some 3D CGI rock thing, and oh boy, does it look like something? Yep, I'm gonna be in for a very fun movie, aren't I? Fortunately, that kind of thing doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it stands out like a horse in the middle of a dolphin exhibit. The animation as well just looks so simple. Like, the characters are so flat and basic, like out of kids' colouring in book. They don't really seem to, like, be in their locations, more like stickers stuck on a page. So yeah, Petrie's telling a story he heard from his uncle Tawana, who apparently got, like, kicked out of a herd while they were babies. We then see a new herd coming into the Great Valley, which apparently, like, come in, stay a couple days, and leave. I guess, like, Allie's herd of migrating longnecks, I guess. Nothing really happens yet though, and I will head to sleep. During the night, Littlefoot wakes up and sees a firework flying through the sky and crash down behind a rock formation that is later called Freehorn Peak, because it looks like a freehorn. But, like, is it meant to be source rock? Because you're telling me about two giant rock formations that look like dinosaurs, where this one, like, has no story behind it, it just happens to look like a freehorn? Or did they just forget what source rock looks like and made a freehorn instead? Like, it's strange, it's weird, it's odd. I don't get it. So Littlefoot is all excited about it and tells his grandparents. But yeah, he doesn't seem to know, like, what it even is though. You saw them in the previous movie. You know the damage they could do, and you saw it crash down, but you're not worried at all? It's strange. This whole movie is. But, again, let me get there. Wait till the end, because, it's an ending. So the next day, Grandma's eyes go missing.
You see, dear, word has gotten around,
and it's made some of our guests a bit, well, upset.
The hell happened there? Oh no, it's Alpha Omega 3 all over again. Oh no, and yeah, this isn't the last time it happens. So the grandparents mention word has gotten around that Littlefoot, like, saw, like, something. So he explains that he saw, like, a firework. So, okay, he does know it. But then explains it looked different. For one thing, it was blue. No it wasn't. Okay, when you first see it, it is blue. But in the next scene onwards, it's orange, like fire. So yes, it would be strange if it was blue the entire time, but it's not. It's just like any other firework. It doesn't work here. It doesn't. Like, was that like an animation goof? Or was it meant to just be fire? But then he says it's blue, but it's not blue. I don't get it. Also, so after he tells his story, we see a scene where Spike's colouring is way off, Petrie's head is bald, and Ducky just looks off. Good job, animators. Good job. Doing great so far. Doing really great. Yeah. So no one really believes it, but then two new dinosaurs, later called Rainbow Faces, come forward saying, like, have you really seen all there is to be seen? How do you really know that Littlefoot didn't see something amazing? Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. I do like these messages here, and also like saying, why do you call it the mysterious beyond? Why not just the boring beyond? It's because they don't know what's out there. So why is Littlefoot seeing something new so odd then? But then they start singing Beyond the Mysterious Beyond, and yeah, it's pretty bad. So the Rainbow Faces say it could be the Stone of Cold Fire. The Stone of Cold Fire is basically something that could bring luck, heal the sick, and so on and so forth. But it could also be a message from the mysterious beyond. Well, beyond the mysterious beyond, they say. AKA, it's not very clear as to what it is, but it could be something that could give you great power. So Littlefoot does want to go there, but of course Sarah's dad disagrees, and his grandpas do as well, but they're a little bit more nicer about it. So Littlefoot continues thinking about leaving to go find it and chats to the others. Then a big pterodactyl comes down and find out it's Petrie's uncle, Tuano. And I will say, I like his British accent. It's so not villainous at all, no. He's also joined by 2 other flyers who seem like a little odd, which like, there's like one that's like a bit more aggressive, and the other one that's a bit more joyful yet dumb, you know. They're those kind of sidekick characters. Definitely not villains at all. Nope, nope, nope. And he also seems really curious about the stone. So Peachy is happy to see him. The others are a bit more wary, and I do eventually go home, and Littlefoot mentions to his grandfather, who does a magic trick and talks without moving his lips. But Grandma sure does.
Then we had a visitor.
Oh, and who was that?
Oh god, this movie is breaking me. A little while later, once again, the lips don't match the voices. I mean, at least they're coming out of the right character this time, but dear god.
I'll tell you about it.
Why do I have to wait until...
In the meantime, remember, Toronto can sound as if he knows everything.
So the grandparents are worried hearing that Tuano's back. They say not to trust what he says, he is a liar, and so on and so forth. Petrie, though, is falling for his act, and to see him talk to him and his siblings, telling a story, and like, Petrie just believes it all. We also see Petrie's head go from one colour to another like a light switch when Tuano touches him. This movie, I swear, it's gonna break me. So Tuano gets Petrie to ask his friends where the rock fell so he can go look for it. But Littlefoot does. They are worried and don't trust Tuano, but Petrie does and flies away crying, which is a bit sad, and ends up on like the one tree Tuano is on conveniently. Very same time hiding in the dark, not moving at all until it's his time to move, like an actor waiting backstage while actually being in the shot. So time passes, it's like night time now, everyone's asleep, when Ducky wakes up, and the 3 flyers are discussing things like Tuano wanted to gain power and control. But why are you guys just waiting around? Just fly off, you'll be gone for like an hour or less. You guys are flyers, you guys can get to places much quicker than people on foot. But whatever, basically they don't want to get caught or seem suspicious. Also, the night shots in this movie are weird. I turn a lot of the colours blue, which I get, I understand that. But at the same time, like, Petrie and Tuano are the exact same colour, but then, like, only Tuano is blue, but not Petrie. And so it's very just all over the place. Like, Ducky will still be all green and everything, and it's just, one of the characters is still very much pink, and it just doesn't work. I get what they were doing, I get it, but it just doesn't work when it's just a mess, and it's all over the place as to who is blue and who's not. So Ducky goes to tell Littlefoot and the others, but gets caught, and so there's a change of plans. They take her and she screams and wakes everyone up, who starts panicking, thinking it's the sharp teeth, and not looking to the sky where the screams are coming from, which, by the way, Littlefoot does, of course, because kids are just much smarter than adults in this universe, let's be real here. So PG still doesn't believe it's him, but his mum tells him, and so he flies up there to confront him, and he says not to follow or they'll hurt the swimmer, and then he gets knocked down into the water below. He is fine though. So another weird thing I noticed here is the big flyers all have like see-through wings, which has never been a thing before. It's just a bit weird. Like, I get it's to show the world the characters easier without having these big wings in a way, but it's still very odd. I will dismiss it because I do understand what they are doing, but there's a lot of odd choices like that in this movie, isn't there? So the next day, yeah, they waited until morning. The adults tell the children about, like, why they don't trust Tuano. Back in the time of the first movie where the kids and parents were separated, Tuano wanted to take charge and be a leader. Most dismissed him, but eventually some followed him instead, going into a different direction and all becoming trapped and killed by sharp teeth. Tuano flies back to the other herd and just afraid and alone and doesn't know, like, doesn't say what happened to them. Which is funny when, like, how they're, like, telling a story of what happened, even though they don't know what happened. They just know they never came back. So yeah, Littlefoot tells the parents where the rock fell, and yet they still do nothing about it. They just stand around talking. Well then, like, Littlefoot and the others go off to find Ducky, and it's kind of like, guys, how many times does this kind of thing happen? You know they're going to go one off and try and find their friend. We also see the 2 rainbow faces following behind. So the flyers stop at one point for no real reason, and when they put Ducky down, she tries to escape, and falls down into a cave where she was later found by Littlefoot and the others, who just happen to fall into the same cave, but like a different entrance that Ducky is now at. Of course, it's a kids movie. Dumb shit like that happens all the time. Ducky does say Tawana was nicer though than the others, since he didn't want to hurt her or the others, while the other two flies just don't really care. And then she sings a song that's like, some people have like a little bad inside them. Some will make you happy, some will make you sad, but others will do good. Basically, it's simply not all black and white. Everyone has a dark side, everyone has a good side. It's a good message for sure. Honestly, it really is. It's just an awful song. But the message is there, and I like it. In short, it's to say that he acts bad, but there's some good in him. Ducky ends up getting captured again, but this time Tawana doesn't agree to it, so Ducky just like bites one of the mean flies and ends up falling down into the river below. The others try to rescue her and end up doing a weird water skiing moment. I guess in the end, it's a kids movie. They do that kind of weird stuff all the time. But also even weirder as well is how I mentioned like the flyers when flying, their wings turn transparent. Well, now this one's body is too. So yeah, parents end up arguing pretty much for like the rest of the day until it was like dark and stormy, and Ducky's mum is like, of course the kids run off, I just saw her standing around arguing with a three-horn hand. And he is just like, oh yeah, so this is my fault. And everyone just looks at him nodding and agreeing. It's like, yeah, it is your fault, doofus, go do something. But also at the same time, once again, the mouth movement doesn't match the voice. Well, for starters, he doesn't even move his mouth at all when talking. Good job once again, animators. Good job, seriously.
Oh, what do we do? We could never catch up to them on land.
So a storm is picking up, and the flyers find a cave, and Tawana doesn't want the other flyers around, so like they just don't care about the children or hurting others. Like, while like he does still care, he's not completely evil. He then thinks about he was born to be a savior, that it's his destiny, that he is a leader and born to be. He is very up himself. And yeah, it's a shitty song too. Littlefoot and the others find a cave for Three-Horned Pig. That's basically a volcano, like so there's like lava and warmth everywhere, so they can stay out of the cold at least. So they sleep there and then wake up to find food that was left there from someone. Then they see a dinosaur and chase after them through like a lava zone that Scar would be very proud of. But seriously, what the hell is up with all the green lava all of a sudden? Like why? It's not explained or anything, it's just green lava for the sake of artistic aesthetic, but it doesn't make any sense, and it's weird. So it turns out there was the rainbow faces that helped, but the male one is the one that fed them, while the female one sounds annoyed. Basically, those two seem to have like a plan or something. They got their own like intentions and reasons why they're there, and they just don't want to get the kids involved. So with the rainbow faces help, they make their way to the top of the pig and find the rock, which is basically just a meteorite. But the flyers have made their way there too, and Tawana urges the stone to give him power. And we see another 3D CG rock scene, and yeah, it's just awkward. Like, I like the little spinning camera stuff, but it just looks bad though. If this was like a cartoon series, it would be fine, but it's a movie, I expect a lot more. But the rock turns out to be nothing, and Tawana is then portrayed by the other two, taking over and trying to smash up a rock or something to get it working. It doesn't do anything, but then it's on cue. The volcano starts exploding and everything, and an even bigger flyer appears with Peachy's mother to help get the kids to safety. Which is never explained who this giant flyer is. It's just hella convenient. Like a lot of things in this movie. Because all the kids are like, whoa, they've never seen this flyer before. So who the hell is he? The rock ends up exploding as they're punching away and sending them flying away from the volcano in danger. But pretty sure they get knocked out in the process. So they make it home safely. And so now it's just a matter of what to do with Tawana. But first of all, Sarah's dad eyes are looking a little bit scary. He's seen some shit in the last few minutes. I don't know what the hell they did to him. But he's seen some shit. God damn, this movie is just, oh my god. There's so many scenes where the eyes just look so weird, or they're just like, they're not coloured in, so they're just like white. And yeah, it's creepy, it's weird. Yeah. So in the end, Tawana did kind of sort of help the children, so the punishment isn't as bad as what it could have been. I don't know what they could have done. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to know. Because then they ended up banishing him, and I appreciate that Peachy says he should stay. He is sorry, because he is saying he's sorry, and like he apologizes for what he's done. But the others, and eventually Toronto himself, agrees that the punishment of being banished for like 5 years, I believe, is fair enough. And that he needs to be accountable for his actions. So if that's like the moral of the story, then at least this one has one compared to the last movie I didn't even have one. That's a good moral for the kids, that people need to be accountable for their actions. No matter how sorry they are, they need to own up to their mistakes and pay for them sometimes. But, okay. Now it's time to talk about the ending. A very interesting ending indeed. So like, as I mentioned, randomly at the start of the movie, there's like all these new dinosaurs that come into it, and you assume the rainbow faces came along with them. And so now at the end of the movie, the herd is leaving, but Littlefoot meets up with the rainbow faces, wondering how they got home so fast, since they did get carried off a mountain as well, so they managed to make it home pretty quickly. So okay, but whatever. It's a kids movie, whatever. But then we get the biggest slap to the face this series has done so far. So they are going home too, and Littlefoot wants to know, is there really is a stone of cold fire? Because what we saw wasn't anything at all. It was just completely pointless in the end. And the male says he is quite advanced for his species, and then gets nudged by the other one, to get him to shut up. Okay. Movie. Okay. And then mentions beyond the mysterious beyond, up in the sky, all those stars are actually, and then the other one starts coughing to get him to shut up. Okay, movie, where are you going with this? So, one of the dinosaurs goes, oh, look over there. And so, Littlefoot looks over there, and then a beam of fucking light comes down onto them, and Littlefoot turns to see the light, and then they're gone. They're fucking space dinosaurs. Fucking alien dinosaurs in land before time. How do I even talk about how bizarre that ending is? How do I talk about that? For one thing, what the hell even is the stone of cold fire? A UFO that is on fire and comes down but it's cold because it's metal or something? What the actual fuck? I thought dancing dinosaurs was bad enough in Alpha Omega, but space dinosaurs? How did someone even think of that? I want to be there in the meeting that was just hey, let's have space dinosaurs in our movie. Yeah, that's a great idea. You're how can I, how? Just picture this, okay? Just picture this. Alright guys, this is the 7th Land Before Time movie we are making. What can we do that's different? What's something the other ones haven't done? Hear me out. Aliens. Aliens in Land Before Time. That is absolutely ludicrous. No, we are not doing that. That is an absolutely stupid idea. That is just beyond weird and just stupid. Okay. How about alien dinosaurs? You're a goddamn genius. Seriously, how much thought went into that idea? Who thought alien dinosaurs was a good idea? This movie is just so awful. So much animation stuff. Us animations is looking terrible, like a kid's coloring book, like I said earlier. The story makes no sense whatsoever as to what even the stone of cold fire is. Oh, did I also mention alien dinosaurs? Now, okay. Relax, Blazie. Calm, Blazie. Calm. This isn't the worst thing. But oh boy, it's way up there, that's for sure. There's no annoying characters though, like the twins in the last movie. I generally like the villains. I like his British accent. It's great. And the other two, one of which is just Rob Paulson doing his Pinky in the Brain kind of voice. And I love that voice. I love when he does that kind of character. And so I like that character. The other one was a recognizable voice actor as well, and I like him. So the villains are fine. It's just everything else that is just awful and not well made at all. It's easily the worst made Land Before Time movie at this point. I seriously wonder how it's going to get any worse. So this movie is easily a 3 out of 10 foxes. Yeah, I still give it a 3 because I don't completely hate this movie. I've seen films that I absolutely hate or just bore me or whatever that's lower than a 3. This, like all kids' movie, usually has like something that keeps you going, and so you never really get bored. And it was very entertaining how much it just falls apart, and just how bad the animation is, and just that ending. Oh, God, I could go on forever about how stupid that is. But I'm not going to waste your time any longer. This has already been a pretty long review. Oh my gosh, though. This one was interesting, that's for sure. And I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Because I'm going to keep on going and reviewing the rest of them. I want to know, do they come back? Do aliens come back? Or not? Oh, who thought of that? He is a genius, but an idiot at the same time. Oh my gosh. Please let me know down in the comments if you have seen this movie and what you think of it. Let me know what you thought of this review. And while you're at it, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I'll love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Even if you want to be a space dinosaur, that's fine with me. Just don't put it into your movies that make no sense whatsoever. Bye for now, guys. So yeah, Petrie is telling a story he heard from his uncle, Toronto. Not Toronto, Toronto. And crashed down behind a rock formation that is a little bit like... Start again. During the night, Littlefoot wakes up and sees a firework flying through the sky and crash down behind a rock formation that is later called Three-Horn Peak, because it looks like... Back in the time of the first movie, when the kids and parents were separated, it doesn't do anything, but then, if on cue, the Wayno, I was about to say,